Good morning. This is Everyday Struggle and Complex News. I'm Nadeska here with Joe Budden and DJ Academics. Gentlemen, good morning.
How y'all doing today?
Great. Not as good as Joe, though.
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Pinky, how was your night?
It was great. I was listening to this Migos snippet over and over. They've been waiting a long time to call you a pussy.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. They put a lot of snippets out last night. I didn't hear all of them.
Ak, what did you think of these snippets?
You ain't even going to introduce the topic. Huh? You just jump. All right, let me be very clear. All right, hold up before we even get. All right, actually, if you're not going to introduce the topic.
All right, let's do it. So there's a new QC compilation project coming. We got a little snippet last night. They had some words for Joe Budden.
Fix your fucking voice.
Ice tray on nigga flooded. Ice, ice, ice. Yeah. If a nigga hatin', call him Joe Budden. Pussy. Cool outside and it's press button. Like that nigga mad cause your bitch fucking. Fuck it, ice trader gang. Fuck it, ice trader gang. Ice trader gang.
I think we got to run that back one time for the fans.
Hey, Ice Trader Gang, right?
I'm shutting up on this.
Yeah, you really think you're sitting this one out
No,
today?
I am for real. Come on, give it to me. I couldn't wait to come to work and sit across from you, because anytime I feel like the Lils are attacking me, I need you to speak up. Wait, first before that, I didn't know who y'all, what side y'all on here.
Well, I feel like I'm the takeoff of this group, so.
Yeah, you are the takeoff of this
Guess
group.
I have his back here.
Migos my favorite group. I just want to let you know that.
Again. Come on, what are we thinking here?
Okay. All right, let me give you the breakdown of how I got the track. So I got a bunch of tracks.
Wait, time out. They text you.
Yes.
This nigga is
so you
QC.
heard this first.
I was alerted that Migos would be dropping a compilation project. Well, by the way, they've been doing press, so maybe we aren't paying attention, but Coach K and P, they're doing press for this project, which is a compilation tape, and it's coming out tonight, right? So I got a couple of snippets. I love posting snippets, and I love when rappers send me snippets that they're not sending to everybody else or before everyone else. So they sent a bunch. I didn't have time to listen. I think I was here. I was like, here. So I'm like, all right, I'll post them later. I post them with a random caption without even hearing it, and then I see the comments, and they're saying they're going at you. Now, I'm not going to lie. After I realized they're going at you, I was like, this is good. I'm like, this is great.
I was going to say, that's too
This is
hot.
great.
It's hot or not,
No,
so
this
it's hot.
is great. It's great.
It's great.
Yeah, of course, it's great. And I think they've been waiting to get at Joe for a long time. By the way, it was great promo for them because it's been a little bit quiet for this compilation tape. They haven't gotten the noise around it like the usual noise we've seen around there. Actually, it's a compilation tape. So with Quavo dissing you, they got the noise they wanted. But I'm gonna still shut up because
they text you.
No. Unlike the Joyner Lil Pump thing,
and you on the album.
Quavo will not be on Twitter.
Don't respond. No, see, I hate when you do that. Don't do that. Don't try to respond to my pre-production points before I get them out. Just the other day, which was yesterday, I think, you said that Joyner dissing Lil Pump was corny and whack because he's a lyricist and Lil Pump is, for all intents and purposes, defenseless, right? So now what do you say when the Lils are attacking me?
Okay, can I answer now?
So it's cool for them to attack me.
Okay, let me answer. So when Joyner dissed Pump, he then says he has no problem with Pump.
I have no problem with Quavius.
You see what they did to X?
No.
Okay, Joe. I'm shutting up. By the way, Joe plays dumb, but Joe knows all of the elements behind the scenes that played a part in the BET Awards moment happening, and he knows and is fully aware of things afterwards and conversations that were had.
Ak, when do you think they recorded this? How old is this song? He's been actually pretty complimentary of them in recent months, right? I feel like we sort of moved past it. Maybe it's kind of an old song.
Listen, Quavo is probably like 99% of the rappers who come up here in terms of they're not watching the compliments on the Daily Show. They saw this one Twitter clip, or they've probably seen one clip you're criticizing them. They only see the highlights.
Let's address this. I'm glad that you brought this up because let me start with, it would be hypocritical of me to champion beef on all fronts, rap beef, on all fronts and
So
not support this powerful movement. I do support this. I do think that sometimes Joe Budden should shut the fuck up.
Word.
And I do think that sometimes Joe Budden be hating. So I support this. And I do think that if a nigga is hating from this point forward, because we have needed a new word for hate, it should be, yo, you Joe Budden. Now, with that being said, plot twist. I think that Quavius is hating on me, which makes him Joe Budden.
Alright.
No,
Alright, man.
not a plot twist.
This is what I
No, I'm out here. All right, let's go back to
to
how this beef started. Let's go back to how this beef started. But he is Joe Budden right now. But let's get back to the start of this beef. Yachty comes up here, which was our very first interview, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I horrible delivery and tone and execution, but in message, in theory, I was trying to help the kid, right? Right? We can agree?
Yes.
He disses me, I diss him later, internet, blog, whatever, awards. Me and P see each other, we speak, right? And then the Migos thing happens. All I'm saying is, we've never met the Migos. Why do the Migos think I'm hating on them? Honestly, I mean, we're doing a deep dive into the beef. I'm trying to objectively analyze the beef.
Everything that any conversation around the Migos here, and I'm trying to think of all the ones that did go kind of viral, because of course, if you guys don't know, most people watch the show really on Twitter. I don't think you were speaking too complimentary of definitely Yachty. Yachty at one point, that's why P did step to you, because when we talked about mumble rap or the criticisms, Yachty was like one of the names you used consistently. Not that you were talking about Yachty, but he was one of the littles, right? You see, now you just say littles. Before it was like Lil Yachty, you mentioned like, oh yeah. So P, you looked at that like that's kind of personal, like yo, I'm a street dude, you messed up my money, whatever, cool.
That's true.
The Migos, they inherited that beef, but also I think they...
So stop, don't just breeze over that. So they have inherited beef. So,
Is that bad?
So just
You've
for the record, no, you
inherited
can
my
inherit
beef?
beef. Yeah,
Okay.
fuck that nigga. No, you can inherit beef. But that's not the other person hating.
But I
That's
think-
all I'm saying.
Well,
I just want to address the hater
No,
part.
I think there's probably moments on the show that we can't remember, to his point, where you have said things about them that weren't very nice. You know what I mean? Maybe 6 months in, you finally
Joe,
like
are
changed
we
your
sitting
tone
here
a
having
little
a
bit.
conversation if some people would categorize comments you've made as hate? Yeah, yo, they think you're the biggest hater right now.
Then I want to use this. Then I want to take this opportunity to address that.
Okay.
Y'all are here with me every single day. Like honestly, I know we joke around a lot. Do I hate any of these kids? I'm asking you, who's with me every day. Honestly, I see how it can appear
No.
to some other people because of my tone of voice, my word selection. But do I honestly hate Yachty or the Migos?
All right. Let me bring
And I told P that when I spoke
Let
to
me
him.
bring this angle, right? Because not that you don't like them, but I think it's perception, right? The way how you criticize them without, I guess, acknowledging their success. And I think for most of them, they're looking like, yo, we're way more successful than you've ever been. How dare you be so critical, so dismissive of what we're doing? That's some hater shit. So I think that's why they look at you and they say, that's hate. You get me? Now, I sit across from you every day, do I think you personally hate them? No, you talk objectively about whatever. That's the why we have a show. But for them, they're looking at you as an artist like, okay, this is a guy who hasn't had as much success as me, and he's knocking some of the successful shit that I'm doing.
But I've never knocked anything they do. I just don't ever want to interview them.
No, I think you probably have them. We just can't remember at this very moment.
Oh, then I
Well,
probably have them.
even in the music that they're making or the music that other people are liking that you may not like, right? And again, you might be speaking out of personal taste, but they're looking at like you're knocking it.
I've only ever spoken positively about Migos music. I've never said a bad word about Migos music. I want to make that perfectly clear here, that in whatever I may have said about Migos on this show, and I agree with Pinky, I may have said something that them niggas deem as me being a hater, but it certainly was not about music.
And also, the point of them saying you're a hater, I think they're echoing what a lot of, I would probably say 80% of these Atlanta niggas, the younger ones, they consider you a hater because they feel like you're not into their style. So when you criticize it, to them it's hate.
But how come if you're not into something, it's hate? And I don't want to spend too much time on this because I don't even care about that part. But all right, so here's my new question for you. What do you think the in-studio reaction was when Quavious stepped in to deliver this lyrical venom?
You're not dating me.
I'm asking you what you think the in-studio reaction was. Nigga walked in the booth, bloused up.
See, it's shit like that.
Those are the comments.
It's the clothes. That's it. You were shitting on their clothes.
And I think that's one of the things that has led up to this moment. You've called him sassy a bunch of times.
You did.
Hey, listen, they tell you when you go to see a comedian at a comedy show, bad idea to heckle him. He has the microphone. So I want to be very clear that in the Yachty interview here and the Migos interview on the red carpet, in between both of those instances, Coach K, in between both those instances, those gentlemen have tweeted or Snapchatted or Instagram quite a bit in my direction. Fair? This is not a one-sided Joe thing. Fair? You can put your QC hat to the side for a minute. Fair?
Okay.
Now, let's put that to the side. Let's call a spade here. I do think that these gentlemen are calculated. Mm-hmm. I don't think that nobody over there is slow. So I do think that somebody over there recognizes I've had a pretty decent year. This is attention seeking.
Absolutely. This is attention seeking for a compilation tape. That's why.
So I want to be very clear that Mr. Irrelevant himself has somehow found himself in a space where people I deem to be superstars are now using me and my platform to spread awareness. Is that fair?
Yes. Okay.
Wow, I didn't think you would.
No,
I expected a fight.
No.
Oh, no,
okay.
You got to fight now.
No, I said it was it's definitely attention seeking, and that's why I believe it's coming on this tape rather than it's coming on Culture 2. Right. It's coming on this tape, the snippet. I'm pretty sure he's not dissing you the whole song. I'm pretty sure that's the part he's dissing.
It matters none. Let me tell you something.
So it's attention seeking.
I've never heard Quavious more audible and clear than that line. Would you agree?
That's incorrect.
If a nigga hating, call him Joe Budden. That was the clearest he has ever rapped.
Again, shit like that pisses him off.
Come on, Quavious. Like, he's gonna mumble every damn thing and then want to sound like fucking Mr. College, Harvard, little punk professor man when they get to the diss. If a nigga is hating, call him Joe Budden. He was Joe Budden. I ain't gonna lie.
He's giving a name to the hate.
Listen, Quavo, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. I appreciate the shout out. P, Coach K. I have no issues with any of you gentlemen over there. I think y'all moved the culture forward. I want y'all to continue to do that however the fuck you can. You feed a lot of people. Mumble, young man, mumble.
Oh my God. Why do you have to say something nice and end with a petty comment?
That's not.
No, I don't think
I'm not saying petty.
You just say mumble, young man, mumble?
Because that's the narrative that we really need to address here. And Act touched on it. The mumble rappers feel slighted, and I'm not addressing Migos as mumble rappers, but people we categorize that way. They feel slighted that lyricists don't really view them or respect them the way that the masses do, right?
Yeah, of course. They feel entirely slighted, especially when they feel like they're having so much success, and for them, success is coming in terms of.
But every time the young successful niggas use that narrative, and I think it's unfair. And I'm being serious now. It paints the old niggas, yikes. It paints the old niggas as old, bitter, washed. So I want to address the narrative because we listen to a lot of this shit.
Right.
Appropriate time and place for that type of music, but we listen to it. Our kids listen to it. Like, you can't hate. It's different. They're doing it different, but they're feeding people. And they are pushing the culture forward. Are there some old heads that are going to disagree with the way they're doing it? Sure, but y'all had your time. Move. Yeah. I myself want to get that off of me. I very rarely hate any of these niggas.
Yeah, you're not a hater.
I just
you're
don't
just
want to
abrasive,
interview
that's all.
them.
That's all.
But I don't hate them.
That's
No.
true. All right, so last thing, and then let's move on. What are the chances Migos come up here for the anniversary interview next June?
To beat up Joe?
No, we got to talk this shit out.
They're not
It's been
coming.
months.
They're not coming.
There's a diss track. I feel like the next step is just making peace, talking it out.
My whole thing is I don't want to see some random video of Joe getting tossed around by the Migos.
I'm glad that you said that. The beef I have, the rap beef I have no problem with. The ad-libbing, though. The ad-libbing. Who was that with the pussy ad-lib? Tell me which one of them niggas it was.
I thought it was Takeoff, but it could have been Offset. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. Takeoff. We don't hear him too much.
I feel you're putting Takeoff. I understand.
That was a joke.
I understand.
Takeoff. It's a fucking Jesus. You think the fucking mumble rappers don't have a sense of humor? Now Takeoff though.
Migos don't seem like they got
If
sense
that
of
was Takeoff, do we have a clip from Takeoff? Play my Takeoff clip, please, because I take offense if that was Takeoff.
It's the wrong rapper.
Ice tray your nigga flooded.
Offset.
Ice, ice, ice. If a nigga hatin', call him Joe Budden. Pussy. Cool outside and it's press button. Got that nigga mad cause your bitch fucking. Fuck it, ice tray that.
There's my clip. And it's not Takeoff, it's Offset. If Offset was indeed the young gentleman to walk in the booth behind Quavius on the ad-lib track and blurt, "Pussy!" You just gonna laugh? I don't know how Takeoff sounds. We don't get to hear him but so often. But if that was Offset, if that was young Offset that walked in that booth after the amazing Quavius laid that lyrical fire. Play my clip, please. I want to address this.
Yeah. Shit, nigga. Oh my.
Okay, Offset.
That nigga was vulgar. That's the nigga.
I don't want no parts of this, man.
Is that the nigga calling me? I just want to know. I'm asking. Is that the nigga calling me a pussy?
Look, it's Act's favorite
Is
rap
that,
group.
hey, is
Cut
that
it
the nigga
out.
calling me a pussy?
Isn't Offset the one you want the least problems with?
No nigga that could dance that well.
Don't cut it out.
No nigga that is that agile and graceful with that much hand-body coordination should be calling me a pussy on the ad-lib track. I'm just leaving it at that. Coach K and P, I have no issues with y'all. Album is out. Well, album comes out. Tell that nigga don't call me a pussy again on the ad-lib track. I'm gonna take the ad-lib more personal than the lead vocal.
I feel like you're baiting him because you know it's coming.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun for me. I'm having a blast up here.